Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're heading back, way back to ancient India.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to explore this really profound concept, one that's been shaping ideas about self-discovery for, well, ages.
Absolutely. We're drawing from Tat Tvam Asi, the essence of self-discovery.
Exactly. And our mission, really, is to unpack this powerful idea, Tat Tvam Asi, and, think about what it might mean for you today.
So let's set the scene a bit. Imagine ancient India. You're by the Ganges River, maybe under a big old banyan tree.
Okay. Peaceful.
Yeah. And there's this wise Vedic sage, Uddalaka Aruni. He's talking with his son, Shvetakettu.
And this isn't just like a history lesson.
No, not at all. It's really the start of this deep, deep journey into the self. What's really interesting is how Uddalaka teaches him.
Right. It's not like he's just giving a lecture or something.
No.
Uddalaka Aruni, he's more like guiding Shvetakettu,
Yeah.
gently pushing him to look inwards.
Precisely. He asks these incredibly deep questions, encouraging his son to really probe, the depths of his own consciousness.
Less telling more, drawing out the understanding from Shvetakettu himself. So how does that actually unfold for the son?
Well, through this process, this sort of intense introspection, Shvetakettu starts to get it, really grasp the essence of who he is.
Okay.
He realizes something pretty revolutionary, actually, that his true self, the Atman, it's not just his body.
Or his thoughts or feelings.
Exactly. It's not limited by any of that temporary stuff. He starts to see the Atman as this unchanging, pervasive consciousness, like the bedrock of everything.
Yeah. So like tapping into something fundamental.
Totally. It's a huge shift away from identifying with just the fleeting individual experience.
And that's the moment, right? The key moment when Uddalaka says the phrase.
That's it. Right at this peak of understanding, Uddalaka whispers this incredibly powerful mantra, Tat Tvam Asi.
That thou art, or that you are.
Mm-hmm. You are that. And it's more than just words. It's like the cornerstone of Advaita Vedanta, that whole school of Hindu philosophy about non-duality.
Non-duality. Okay, let's pause there for a sec. For anyone maybe not familiar, what does non-dual really mean in this context?
Good question. Simply put, non-dual means not two.
Not two.
Yeah. It's this quite radical idea that there's no ultimate separation between your own consciousness, your Atman, and the universal consciousness.
Which they call Brahman.
That's right, Brahman. And Uddalaka uses this brilliant analogy to make this super abstract idea more concrete.
Ah, the salt and water thing. I think I remember this one.
That's the one, yeah. He tells Shvetakettu, put this salt in water and come back tomorrow.
Okay.
So Shvetakettu does. And the next day, the salt, gone, right?
Visually.
Visually, yeah.
Dissolved.
But Uddalaka says, taste the top. It's salty. Taste the middle. Salty. Taste the bottom. Still salty.
Ah, I see. So even though you can't see the salt anymore.
It's everywhere. Indistinguishable from the water, but totally present.
Okay, so the salt is like the Atman, the individual self.
Kind of, yeah. And the water is like Brahman, the whole of existence. The analogy shows that your deepest self, the Atman, isn't just in the universe. It's intrinsically part of all of it, pervading everything, just like the salt.
So your individual self and the universe,
Yeah.
they're fundamentally unified, not two.
Exactly, not two.
So what's the payoff then? For Shvetakettu, when he gets this, what happens?
Well, the perceived boundaries, the walls around his individual self, they start to dissolve.
Okay.
He steps into what you might call true self-realization. It's a state where the lines blur. The distinction between me and the universe just softens, fades.
Wow. That sounds incredibly peaceful.
It is. Imagine that feeling, the freedom from the small, separate ego, a deep sense of connection, of belonging, because you realize you are everything you perceive. It's a profound shift.
From feeling limited to boundless.
Boundless being, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's amazing how powerful Uddalaka Aruni's wisdom still feels today, isn't it?
Absolutely. It really is timeless. It's like an open invitation for all of us to do some deep personal reflection.
Right. So for you listening, based on all this we've just explored, if that deepest part of you, your Atman, really is connected to everything, fundamentally as Brahman, what might that mean for your journey? What might be waiting there, just beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed? Could that sort of inner quiet, that whisper of silence, maybe guide your own path to understanding? Something to think about.